Good morning. You're watching News Blitz here at CNN News 18. Very quickly, we're going to walk you through all of the top stories in the country in this moment. Our first story. The Indian Space Research Organization made history as it launched its smallest rocket carrying an Earth observation satellite and a student satellite from the spaceport in Sriharikota this morning. This is the first time that ISRO launched a small satellite launch vehicle. It's called an SSLV. This is going to be used to deploy satellites in the low orbit Earth. Small satellite launch vehicles are carrying, this one in particular is carrying a satellite named AzadiSat. It's built by 750 schoolgirls to mark, as you might already know, the 75th anniversary of independence.
Maiden flight of SSLV D1 just now completed. The SSLV's all stages performed as expected. Please bear with us that we are currently in the process of analyzing the data to conclude on the final outcome of the mission with respect to a stable orbit achieved or not. Thank you so much once again.
Exciting news. Moving on now. The crucial Niti Aayog meeting as we speak is underway in the capital. It's important because obviously it bolsters communication between the centre and each of the state governments. As you can probably see on your screen, while Prime Minister Modi chaired it, and this is, remember, the first in-person meeting since 2019. What you can also see on your screen is chief ministers, lieutenant governors and union ministers that need to be and are in attendance. There are two important missing faces there today. One is that of Telangana Chief Minister KCR. He wrote a letter to Prime Minister Modi. He said that he will be skipping the Niti Aayog meeting as a mark of strong protest against the present trend of what he calls central government discrimination against the states. Take a look.
The imposition of GST tax on various issues like handloom weaving, milk, crematoriums have to be withdrawn. The poor BD workers are suffering because the BD industry is almost under closure. Niti Aayog has crystal clearly recommended for sanctioning 24,000 crores of grant for both these schemes. For these valid reasons, declaring to the nation that I am boycotting Niti Aayog meeting.
Now, the BJP has, along expected lines, lashed out at the Chief Minister. They've lashed out at him for skipping the meeting and for what they're saying is the levelling of allegations of neglect. Listen in to what prominent leaders of the party had to say.
दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है कि वो अपनी राजनीतिक सोच इससे उजागर करते हैं कि विकास के कामों में देश को प्रगति की ओर लेके जाने के कामों में भी उनको कोई रुचि नहीं रही। हाल में ही जल शक्ति मंत्रालय ने तेलंगाना को भारी संपत्ति अलॉट की, लेकिन उसको भी उन्होंने ड्रॉ नहीं किया।
चंद्रशेखर राव जी का बर्ताव ऐसा है कि जैसे वो तेलंगाना के निजाम, कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म का एक भाव है जिससे श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी पूरे देश को नेतृत्व दे रहे हैं और इसमें सम्मिलित ना होकर चंद्रशेखर राव जी ने ये दिखा दिया है तेलंगाना की जनता की कोई चिंता नहीं है।
Now, the other very important face missing in the meeting today, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has skipped the Niti Aayog meeting. This is his fifth time in a row skipping a central meeting. The reports also indicate that Kumar will be spending at least part of his Sunday inaugurating the Foundation Day of the Bihar Museum and opening an art exhibition. But what's particularly important to note here is the JDU and the BJP continue to remain allies, but speculation of a rift between them only keeps growing. And now moving to the centre, Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal is, as we speak, on a two-day visit to Gujarat. Remember, elections in Gujarat are also a few months away. Kejriwal has made a promise regarding power supply to the people of Gujarat. He said people in Gujarat are in misery. Their bills are simply too high. Take a look.
पहली गारंटी हमने दी बिजली की। बिजली को लेके हम जब गुजरात में घूम रहे हैं, लोग बहुत परेशान हैं। तो गुजरात में हमारी सरकार बनेगी तो गुजरात के लोगों के भी जीरो बिजली के बिल आया करेंगे। उसके लिए 300 यूनिट तक बिजली फ्री करेंगे। दूसरी गारंटी थी 24 घंटे बिजली देंगे और तीसरी गारंटी थी कि 31 दिसंबर 2021 तक के आपके जो पुराने बिल हैं वो पुराने बिल हम माफ करेंगे, ये सबके लिए।
And NDA candidate Jagdeep Dhankhar has been elected as India's new Vice President. Dhankhar defeated the opposition's Margaret Alva, the senior leader, with a huge margin. Dhankhar bagged 521 votes. Alva managed 182. The swearing-in ceremony will be held next week. Prime Minister Modi met the newly elected Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar, congratulated him on his massive victory. The Prime Minister also presented a flower bouquet. The Prime Minister was accompanied in that entire movement by the BJP Chief JP Nadda.
He has a very good vast knowledge about the constitution and law, and also quite witty. I am quite confident that he will handle the situation in the Raj Sabha very well, and I am also so happy that it is a very, very decisive victory, and he is also an eminent lawyer, a very eminent lawyer, and a farmer also. This is a rare combination.
And long-expected line celebrations began last night at Dhankhar's hometown in Jhunjhunu in Rajasthan and in Delhi to mark his thumping victory.
किठाना गांव का ये जो मकान है ये जगदीप धनखड़ का आवास है। यहाँ पर पूरे ग्रामीण हैं, वो उनकी जीत का सेलिब्रेशन मनाने के लिए इकट्ठा हुए हैं। गांव में उनके आवास पर जीत की तैयारी को लेकर जो जश्न मनाया जा रहा है, उनकी परिवार की महिलाएं हैं वो सुबह से ही उनकी जीत के प्रति आश्वस्त है और गाँव के जो मंदिरों में है वो हवन और पाठ का दौर चला है।
Moving on to different stories now. Tokyo Olympic silver medalist Ravi Kumar Dahiya has bagged a gold medal by thrashing his Nigerian opponent Wilson Ebike Wimino 10-0 in the men's freestyle 57 kg final in the ongoing Commonwealth Games. This is in Birmingham on Saturday.
बहुत खुशी का वो है, मौका है और सभी का योगदान है, गाँव का, उनके गुरुओं का, उनको पुस्ता का, सभी का आवाज निकला थी पूरे देशवासियों के। अब भाई ये पूरा गोल्ड मेडल लिया हुआ तो इसमें भी और अभी कॉमनवेल्थ में गोल्ड लाएगा और वहाँ थोड़ी चूक रह गई थी ओलंपिक में, वहाँ रजत पदक आया। आशीर्वाद है उनके गुरुओं का, पुत्रों को।
Wrestler Vinesh Fogart completed a hat-trick of Commonwealth Games gold medals by winning the women's 53 kg freestyle wrestling on Saturday. She beat Sri Lanka's Chamodia Keshani Madhura Vilton to visit and come on top of the podium as India continued their dominance in wrestling. This is at the Birmingham Games. Vinesh had won the gold in the previous two editions at the Gold Coast in 2018 and in Glasgow in 2014. Wrestler Naveen Kumar won the gold medal for India after the win over Pakistan's Mohammad Sharif Tahir in the men's 74 kg final. This was on Saturday. Naveen beat Mohammad Sharif Tahir 9-0 to add another gold medal to India's tally to extend the country's domination in wrestling.
बहुत अच्छी तैयारी जो मैंने जैसी प्रैक्टिस की थी, जैसे ट्रेनिंग की थी, बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट दिया और खरे उतरा ट्रेनिंग पे। बिल्कुल टेंशन फ्री था आज और कोई भी प्रेशर नहीं था। मैंने बहुत अच्छी बाउट लड़ी और पाकिस्तान को हराकर बहुत होता हूँ। जो भी मैंने करने की चाहती जो सब कुछ हुआ है और बहुत ज़्यादा प्राउड फीलिंग हो रही है और मैंने अपने देश के लिए गोल्ड मेडल जीता और इंग्लैंड में झंडा लाया, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है।
India's Bhavina Ben Patel won the gold medal in the para-table tennis women's singles classes on Saturday. Bhavina Hasmukh Bhai Patel beat Ifechuk Wadde Christiana of Nigeria 12-10, 11-2, 11-9 to win the gold medal.
ऐसा लग रहा है कि मेरा जो मैं हर दिन ट्रेनिंग करती हूँ वो आज निखर के आई है। मुझे तो रोना भी आ रहा था, मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि मतलब वो फीलिंग्स कैसे मैं शब्दों में बयां करूं। ये मेडल मैं खास करके मेरी फैमिली को, मेरे कोच सर और मेरे जो फ्रेंड्स हैं उनको, पूरी भारत वासियों को मैं इसका क्रेडिट देना चाहती हूँ।
Priyanka Goswami bought India another medal in the Commonwealth Games. She won a silver medal in the women's 10,000-meter race walk. Priyanka notched up her personal best, covering the marathon distance in 49 minutes and 38 seconds to join Murali Sri Shankar and Tejashwin Shankar as India's third medalist in track and field at CWG 2022. Avinash Sable won India's first ever CWG medal. This is in the men's steeplechase. He won the silver medal in the men's 3,000-meter steeplechase.
काफ़ी खुशी हो रही है जैसे लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस में स्टीपल चेस में हमने मेडल जीता है तो पहला ही हमारा इस इवेंट में मेडल है मेन फोकस मेरा ये था कि अगर मुझे मेडल जीतना है तो मुझे केनियंस को बीट करना ही पड़ेगा तो मैं उसी हिसाब से प्लान कर रहा था कि मुझे जैसे जाना है
India clinched a silver in the lawn bowl men's force category after suffering an 18-5 defeat to Northern Ireland in the final match. It was India's second medal in the sport of lawn bowls, as earlier, remember, the women's team, this was huge, won the gold in the category event. After continuing outstanding performance by our athletes, you have Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He congratulated all the medal winners, including Ravi Dahiya, Vinesh Fogart, Naveen Kumar, Bhavina Ben Patel, Pooja Gehlot, and the Indian lawn bowling men's team. Now, India's won 13 gold, 11 silver, and 16 bronze medals as we speak. Indian wrestler Pooja Gehlot won the bronze medal in the women's freestyle 50 kg category. She defeated Christine Lemofak of Scotland. This is 12-2. Pooja Gehlot won on the basis of a particularly important technical superiority.
मैं सेमीफाइनल कुश्ती हार गई थी बहुत दुख है और मैं देशवासियों से माफ़ी मांगती हूँ कि विश थी कि मैं यहाँ राष्ट्रगान बजवाऊँ बट फिर अभी तो ब्रोंज ही मिला कुश्ती में जो गलती हुई उस पर काम करूँगी बस यही है कि लास्ट में हार गई इस पर मुझे ज़रूरत है काम करने की.
After Gehlot expressed disappointment on failing to win the gold, she actually received an outpouring of support for her efforts. You had Prime Minister Modi leading from the front. He sent an encouraging message to the wrestler saying your medal calls for celebrations, not an apology. He further added that your life journey motivates us, your success gladdens us. You are destined for great things ahead. The Indian women's team will be taking on Australia in the final of the inaugural cricket event at the Commonwealth Games. The women in blue entered the gold medal fight after defeating England by 4 runs in a closely contested semi-final. Remember, women's cricket is featured at the CWG for the first time. As we speak, protests are underway at RA over the metro shed issue. At the forefront of the stir are Aam Aadmi Party workers who've been joined by locals as well. The protests came just days after Mumbai Metro Corporation informed the Supreme Court that no trees were felled for the project.
As you can listen to the slogans that are going on, RA Hamari Jaan hai, Mumbai ki shaan hai, and that's why again today outside the car shed there is a lot of protests from people and supporters of environment as well as political parties. In fact, the AAP party is here. They are tying rakhis to the tree, very symbolic.
And an incident was reported linked to the Nupur Sharma Prophet Rao case in Maharashtra. However, it has been clarified by police. This was a 23-year-old man who was attacked by sharp weapons by a mob in Ahmednagar district on August 4th. The 4 main accused have been arrested, but as per the most recent revelations, police are now investigating and saying that there may have been personal enmity that pre-existed between the victim and his assailants. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot stoked a massive controversy with his recent remarks. The Congress leader said that post the Nirbhaya verdict and the death penalty for rapists, the murder of girls after rape has actually increased.
अशोक गहलोत जी को रेपिस्ट की भाषा बोलना बंद करना चाहिए. जो निर्भया का उन्होंने मजाक उड़ाया है उससे कहीं ना कहीं पूरे देश में जितनी रेप पीड़िताएं हैं उनकी सेंटिमेंट्स को हर्ट हुआ है, उनका हौसला टूटा है. ऐसे में राजस्थान के मुख्यमंत्री का काम है कि वो इस कानून को कड़ी तरीके से लागू करवाएं जिससे कि रेपिस्ट के अंदर एक डर बैठे, ना कि फालतू की बयानबाजी करें.
The BJP has trained guns on the Rajasthan Chief Minister. They're saying he is blaming the strict laws and not the rapists for the crime. The BJP further questioned the Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi's silence on Gehlot's remarks. This is what Shahzad Poonewala had to say. Take a look.
Once again, the Congress party is doing Balatkari Bachao Andolan. Mr. Ashok Gehlot, where he blames the strict rape laws and not the rapists for the murders that take place after rape, shows the mindset of the Congress party. Why is their heart beating for the rapists and not for the women who are suffering. And women today are saying that forget ladki hu lad sakti hu. The slogan in Rajasthan is ladki hu kya bach sakti hu.
Okay, and moving on. After a van was reportedly set ablaze by 3 to 4 youths suspected to be of one community, this was in Manipur's Bishnupur, Section 144 has been imposed. Mobile data services have been suspended in the entire state for 5 days. There is an effort to calm tension between communities. The crime has created a tense situation in the state. And now to Kathua, where a police team was attacked by certain elements in Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua. It led to a law and order situation. Miscreants were having what they had was sharp-edged weapons. 2 Jawans actually got injured in that entire process. Police fired 2 rounds in the air. And a big catch for the NIA ahead of Independence Day is how the NIA is putting this next news forward. A suspected, according to the NIA, ISIS sympathizer was arrested last night by the agency. Now, this young man is accused by the NIA of carrying out suspicious activities for ISIS. We'll bring you more information on this story in a bit. In West Bengal, 1 person was killed, 1 critically injured after a CISF Jawan opened fire inside the Indian Museum in Kolkata. This was around 6:30. The injured was shifted to the SSKM hospital. The Jawan, named Akshay Kumar Mishra, was questioned all night but didn't give out any information as to why he carried out the attack. And now moving to Faridkot, where an assistant jail superintendent who allegedly supplied drugs inside the prison premises in Punjab's Faridkot has been arrested. The official was reportedly caught with a new mobile phone and 8 small packets containing heroin. Now, there are more investigations going on. The accused is identified as Binitang. He was booked under Section 21B. This is of the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act.
Binitang. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੇਲ੍ਹ ਅਥਾਰਟੀਜ਼ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਚੈਕਿੰਗ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਨਸ਼ੀਲਾ ਪਾਊਡਰ ਚਿੱਟਾ ਬਰਾਮਦ ਕੀਤਾ 78 ਗ੍ਰਾਮ ਔਰ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਫੋਨ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀਵੋ ਦਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਅੰਦਰ ਦੇਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਔਰ ਮੁਕੱਦਮਾ ਦਰਜ ਹੋਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਦੀ ਸਰਚ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਪੈਸੇ ਕਰੀਬ 67000 ਰੁਪਏ ਔਰ 3 ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਫੋਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਮਿਲੇ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਮੁਕੱਦਮਾ ਦਰਜ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਤਫਤੀਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ.
And China has to some degree suspended its cooperation with the United States after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. The Chinese foreign minister has put the onus on the escalation on the United States by saying that the White House should have stopped the speaker from visiting. Quick sports updates for you before we let you go. Shifting focus to football first. Chelsea defeated Everton 1-0 in a close, contested first fixture for the 2 sides in the new season of the Premier League. Now we'll bring you more details about it, but this was all after Ben Chilwell was brought down inside the penalty box. And the Tottenham Hotspurs kicked off their new Premier League season. This is in fine fashion, defeating Southampton 4-1 at home. It was the visitors who took the lead early in the first half through captain James Ward-Prowse, but Spurs immediately fought back, scoring 2 goals within 10 minutes to take the lead. They then added 2 more in the second half to add loss to the scoreline. And Liverpool avoided a massive embarrassment in their first game of the new Premier League season as they somehow managed to grab a point against Fulham at Craven Cottage. The hosts took the lead in the 32nd minute before the new Liverpool boy Darwin Núñez equalised at the stroke of the hour. Now, these are all big developments for the team, which was able to equalise in the 80th minute. And lastly, on Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in Delhi, during the celebrations, veteran Bollywood actor Anupam Kher met the megastar of the South, Rajinikanth. Kher took to his Instagram to express his satisfaction on meeting the Southern superstar. He also paid tribute to Rajinikanth by saying, "There's no one like him, there is no one like him, and there will never be anyone like him." Now, those are all the stories we have for you right now on News Blitz. Thank you so much for watching the show.